In this video, we're going to learn how to use the ZInterval function on a calculator, which is where we calculate confidence intervals for means. And so if you click on Stat and you go over to Tests and you go down to option 7, we are going to be using the ZInterval function. And notice that there is a data option. This is where you can enter all of your data into a list, and you can use this option for calculating a confidence interval. However, in our class, we're going to use the stats option. And so notice in this option, you're given sigma, x bar, and n. So sigma is your population standard deviation. So you have to know your population standard deviation when you use ZInterval. And in our problem, we were looking at the ages of all students that attend VCU. And so you need to watch the previous video to understand where these values are coming from. But just so that you have an example, we had 5.3 for our population standard deviation. X bar is a sample mean. So in our problem, we had 22.7. And n is always your sample size. So in our problem, we had 20 for our sample. And then C level is your confidence level, which in our case was a 95% confidence interval that we wanted to compute. So you're just going to type in 0.95. And if you go ahead and calculate these values, you can see that we are getting the same values that I got in the previous video. And once you have your lower and upper bound, just make sure you properly interpret these values. So in our problem, we would state that we have a 95% confidence that the mean age of all students at VCU is somewhere between 20.377 and 25.023 years of age.